Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, creatures of all ages, welcome back. This is the third portion of our rifle building series, and I'm going to make this into a series. Quick shout out. I've said before, my channel is not sponsored. It's still not sponsored. But I recently built another rifle and ordered some parts, and I just wanted to give a shout out to two companies, only one of which gave me a sticker. Even with everything that's going on right now, all of the coronavirus, blah blah, whatever, all of the riots, all of everything. If you go to SKD Tactical's website, skdtac.com, they have a disclaimer at the top. Says that they are no longer guaranteeing same-day shipping. I can verify that I placed an order. Today is 6/3/2020. I placed an order on Friday, and it took them all of 2 hours and 6 minutes to get it shipped. So if there's stuff that they sell that you need, check them out. The other company that gave me some fantastic service here lately was Primary Arms. They didn't give me a sticker, so I don't have a sticker to show you. But Primary Arms also shipped an order for me very recently, same day. So they don't pay me, they don't give me free stuff, they don't know that I plan to mention their name here. And to be clear, guys, I'm nobody special, right? I'm not some big YouTuber. I would like to say thank you to all 20 of you who are subscribing to me now. That's awesome. I appreciate that, guys. It's nice to know that there's 20 people out there who either got something useful out of one of my videos, or they just like making fun of my accent, and so that's why they subscribe. But thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, so check out Primary Arms, check out SKD Tactical. I've always been pleased with both of them, and even during everything that's going on, everybody's out of stock stuff, guys. Every website you go to is going to have stuff out of stock, so I'm not sitting here telling you that they're going to have everything you need, but if they do have what you need and they have it in stock, in my experience, they're quick to get it to you, and that's important to me. Fast shipping, the processing of my order, right? How fast something actually ships is, that's more to do with UPS or FedEx or USPS or DHL or whoever you're using. But the processing of the order, getting it shipped fast, means something to me. That is an aspect of customer service, and I think that's important. So give those guys a look. They might have something you need. Okay, enough of that stuff. In this video, we're going to progress from where we were, and I went and I renamed those videos so that the one where we installed a fire control group is rifle building number 2, so that makes this video rifle building number 3. So in rifle building number 3, we're going to install our safety selector and its associated parts, and because you have to install the pistol grip and its screw to hold some of those associated parts in, we're going to install that as well. So what do you need for today? Dependent upon your pistol grip screw, many of them are Allen key only. Allen key, hex, whatever you want to call it. That size, and here's your disclaimer on this, almost all of the ones I have dealt with have all been 3/16. There may be other sizes out there, but many of them are 3/16. Something kind of nice about the Magpul screws, as you can see, is that Magpul slots their screws. And there's kind of a reason for that. That reason is that many of your standard fold-out Allen key sets, which I don't have one in front of me just right now, but many of your fold-out Allen key sets are actually not long enough. The 3/16 key is not long enough to get all the way up the pistol grip to install this screw. So, if yours is Allen key only, you need to find something that's longer. This is just a snap-on screwdriver that I've had for a long time with a 3/16 Allen socket bit in it. If you have one of the Magpul screws that is slotted, you can use just a regular flathead screwdriver. That's a nice feature. I do appreciate that Magpul does that, because I know that not everybody has a really long removable bit screwdriver, but most people who are going to attempt to tackle some kind of a DIY project are going to have a flathead around. So good on Magpul for trying to make it easier for us. So you'll need something to install this screw. Whatever your screw is, you'll need the thing to install it. You'll need your safety detent, your safety detent spring, your safety selector. You'll need a lower receiver. You'll need your pistol grip. And I would highly recommend some kind of a thin grease. This is, you can buy this stuff about anywhere. This is Hops number 9 black, step 4 high performance gun grease. And I'll show you where that goes. It doesn't matter what brand you use. I prefer ALG's Go Juice very thin grease, but I'm out of it until the UPS guy gets here. It's actually supposed to be here today, but this applicator does make it pretty easy, this little syringe style. So either how, enough rambling, let's get on with it. So we've got our lower receiver with our fire control group already installed. Word to the wise, if you can see it there in the hole where our safety selector goes in. Okay, it is, as far as I'm concerned, it is impossible to install a safety selector with your hammer in the uncocked position, because the back side of your trigger is obstructing a portion of that hole. So before we start to install that, we're going to go ahead and cock the hammer so that that falls out of our way, so that we can do what we're here to do. So we'll open our little bag here, see how many of our little parts we can lose. Yep. We're going to take our safety selector and we're just going to push it straight through that hole until it comes out the hole on the back. Okay, we're going to set that to the side. We're going to grab our safety selector detent. Okay, here's where the grease comes in. We're going to take a little bit of this grease and we're going to put it on the end of that. And it doesn't take a tremendous amount, right? Just a little bit of grease on there. You could do it the other way. You could, and it might be easier for you. You can see the groove there where your detent rides. You could put a little grease in there, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with doing it that way either. Okay? Put a little grease in the groove where your detent rides before you put this in if you want to do it that way. So it's entirely up to you, right? There are some things that there is a wrong way to do them, like how you install your fire control group springs and so on and so forth. And then there are some things where, in my opinion, there is not a wrong way to do it necessarily. So, man, that's crappy lighting. There's a little hole here, right there, where we're going to stick our detent. And he goes in that hole. Okay? Hope you can see that well. I really do. I hope you can. See where my spring has rolled off to. And I'm sorry guys that these videos aren't more well done for you. I sit down here, I've got a little thing that holds my phone, and I'm just sitting here in my office. Okay? So there are people who put out better videos, but either how. We're going to take our safety selector detent spring and we are going to slide him into that hole on our pistol grip. Just like that. It shouldn't go all the way in. There should be a portion of it sticking out. Okay? At this point, we're going to take our pistol grip and get it started on the block where it rides there. And I like to flip it to the upside down position so that I know I'm getting that spring right into that hole. Right? And then you just kind of work that down. And some pistol grips will sit on there tight enough, like this one, that they'll kind of stay on their own. Okay, and that is handy. So this being a Magpul K grip, it's got a little door over the pistol grip. We're going to take that out. And man, I don't have a great way to show you down inside there. There's a hole down inside there. I don't have a great lighting, but you'll understand when you're doing it. There's a hole down inside there where your screw goes. Okay, so we're going to take our screw. You can apply a little blue Loctite to this if you want to. I sometimes do, I sometimes don't. I don't have any plans to remove this screw. Oh yeah, so I'll just pour some of that kind of all over my table and all over the screw and everything, and that'll be good, right? So we've got some blue Loctite on our screw. I wouldn't use red in this application, just me. You do you. And a magnetic screwdriver in this particular function is very handy. But we're just going to get him started up in there. I can do it by feel because I've done it a lot, but not everybody can. So I don't blame you if you can't. And this is a ratcheting screwdriver because I'm a yuppie, I guess. And just get it just good and snug, right? You don't got to kill the thing, but you don't want it loose either. So now we're going to test our safety selector. I like to work them back and forth a little bit, get that grease moving around in there. So now, like we talked about before, when we talked about installing our trigger, our fire control group, we're going to put a finger in front of the hammer, and we're going to try to pull the trigger with it on safe, testing that we have safe. We have safe. We're going to select fire, and it lets it go. That's nice. Works good. So there's our safety selector, install, and function check, along with the pistol grip and pistol grip screw. Appreciate you guys watching. Tune into the rifle building number 4 for the next step.